In a slippery slope example, far too slippery to even believe, the town even wound up begging to accept prisoners from Guantanamo Bay. Can you imagine being in the town and going, please give us the Guantanamo Bay prisoners? But it goes deeper than just another failed stimulus. Area residents started to notice several strange black Mercedes. There's one of them on an SUV with decals for a police department that do not exist. That doesn't even exist. Then there was a mysterious private security company. This is when I started getting involved and going, wait a minute, what's going on? It was represented by a guy claiming to be ex-military. He's got a rap sheet, I mean, as long as your leg. Multiple aliases. He owes hundreds of thousands of dollars in past civil cases. You add all of this to a healthy and occasionally unhealthy distrust of government, and you've got a lot of people that are confused, scared, and quite frankly, some of them freaking out. When this statement has to get issued, quote, there are no commandos in the streets, there is no fence or gate being built around Hardin, people are free to come and go as they please, you know you got a mess on your hands. Here to sort it out on the phone because it's snowing in Montana, couldn't get to the studio, is Nick Law. He's a reporter for KULR-TV in nearby Billings, Montana. He has been following this story from the beginning. Start on how this thing began to unravel. First of all, the prison camp, the losers here, this was not tax dollars, these were bondholders now that have lost money on this, right?
Yes, Glenn, these were private bondholders. It's $27 million in bonds, and to this point in time, there's nobody in this jail, and it doesn't look at this time like there's going to be anybody in this jail for a long time.
Did these people ever, this security company, did they ever patrol any of the streets?
You know, when we went down there, Danielle Grusonic and myself, she's another one of the employees here, we never saw them patrolling the streets, so to say, but they definitely were driving around. It's not like they were pulling people over, but they were carting around town, and people took notice.
Oh, I bet they did. I mean, what a sweet police car there, in the first place. But do we happen to have the logo close up? Can we bring the logo up on on there? Because this is one of the things that when I first got, there it is. That is, if I'm not mistaken, the center of that logo is the Serbian logo.
Yeah, that's correct. It says Hardin Police Department. It's the Serbian logo that is kind of in the middle there. That logo is, or was, I should say, American Police Force's logo on their website up until this past weekend. They decided to change that logo up a little bit. Now it's completely blue.
Okay.
And Hardin Police Department doesn't even have a police department. It's actually under the jurisdiction of the Bighorn County Sheriff's Department.
Okay. Who is this American, now they're calling themselves the American Private Police Force, but who is this guy who is leading it and this company?
Well, the gentleman's name is Michael Hilton, and when we started doing our investigating, we found out, you know, he's been sentenced for fraud. He's filed bankruptcy. He's actually served time in California State Prison. A lot of people are describing him as a con man.
How did this happen? Who is responsible for it? You know, we talked to the Attorney General and tried to get some information. They were still trying to get the contract. We had a copy of the contract. It was never signed with this group, so I don't even know what the deal was here. But who put this deal together?
You know, there's an Economic Development Board, Two Rivers Authority. It sounds like, and from what we've reported and have done, TRA is actually brokering a deal with American Police Force or American Private Police Force, whatever you want to call them, to see this through. And at this point, that contract was supposed to be signed almost a month ago, and we still have not had a signed contract.
It is my understanding that this is now over, that there is no there is no deal with this, nor will there be any deal with the what are they calling themselves now, the APPF.
Well, you know, it's still up in the air. This is a story that's every time you think you know where it's going, it takes another bizarre twist. So at this point, there is no deal. We've heard that there's still contract talks going on, and the bondholders are yet to approve a contract.
Okay, Nick, will you do me a favor? Have you, because I think I'm out of time, have you looked at the study that was done for this prison? Who said this would be a good idea Who's responsible for this prison?
There's a private group out of Texas that originally came in and suggested this prison be built, but a lot of other entities said there's no prisoners that you could get for this area. This isn't a very good idea, and here we are 2 years later.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll continue to follow the story. Nick, do me a favor and let us know when it's finally said and done. Montana, stand up. This American police force guy, you don't really want to have. You need